Friends remind each other that they are bright and sparkly when they have forgotten their light. Yesterday, my friend came in to get her hair done. And when she walked in, I was like, oh my gosh, I don't recognize her. It was as though burnout became like a physical symptom that physically manifested through her body. It didn't look like she was eating right. It didn't look like she was sleeping. It didn't look like she had any time for herself. And so the burnout in me recognized the burnout in her. She sits down and I'm like, oh, this is when the hairstylist mode kicks in. And in my mind, I'm like, how do I take care of this person? How do I help her feel safe, unclench her nervous system, and get to the real root of like what's happening here? Because as far as hair goes, I used to assume, before I got into it 18 years ago, that it was just like this glamorous beauty thing. And of course, there's that side too, because there's the hairstylists that just go in, they clock out, they do beautiful things. But for the most part, you do work with a lot of different people all the time. So there's like a level of emotional intelligence involved generally. And like that varies from stylist to stylist. But for sure in my chair, I definitely make a point of holding emotional space for somebody because you're spending an extended amount of time with them. So that mode kicks on. So when we get into talking, it turns out it's things that we've already talked about. A toxic work environment, she's not eating properly, she's not really getting a lot of time to herself, she's living to work basically. And the crazy part is there was a part of me that was like, I feel that. I feel that not only from you, but I feel that from my own life and from myself existing in the system. We start doing her hair and I ask a series of questions basically of like, okay, like what's really going on? And the one thing that I've observed is that she really, really, really forgot that she's a baddie. She legitimately removed choice out of the equation. She had forgotten that she has a choice to change her life at any point whatsoever, that she's an adult, and that she's beautiful and her light actually shines so brightly, and that at any point whatsoever, she has the opportunity to change her environment if she chose. I do a certain amount of like listening because, you just have got to hear people's stories. And you know what, in that moment, if they're kind of like victim mode, they're victim mode in that moment. And so I'm just listening, and then we get to the root of it. And I'm like, hey, you forget that this is what you've achieved. This is what you've accomplished. And this is the life that you've created for yourself. And like, that is so beautiful. And not only that, but you have 2 kids, you're aging beautifully, and like, she's older, and you have your whole life ahead of you. And right now, this perceived problem that you have, you're really zoomed in. And I've been there a million times. I've been so zoomed in on the problem that I removed my own agency. I forgot that I had a choice. I forgot that it's always this painful before you transform into something else. Before radical life change, before leaving a relationship, before moving to another city, before saying goodbye to somebody, whatever it is, a breakup, my most recent one. When those things happen, you're in the darkness. And when your friends are in the darkness, they forget. They forget that they're bright and sparkly and they have this light within them. And when you're in the dark, there's a point of being there because you have to visit the range of your wounds. You have to be in there to explore, hey, like, what am I meant to get out of here? Like, your heart is your own dungeon. If you're in the darkness and you forget that you have light. And so we assign meaning. So then, slowly, she's coming around. I go get her some snacks, get her some food, and some hydration, God forbid she's hydrated. All of a sudden, she starts feeling better because now her problems are heard, they're validated, and all of a sudden, she's like, right, I do have a choice in this. And I'm like, yeah, silly. Like, don't do that. Don't forget how truly magnificent you are. And I'm not always in a place of light. So you have to give the thing that you wish to receive. And that's what I would wish to receive in that moment, is a reminder. Because people don't really need as much advice as you think they do. At least from my experience, people don't generally need that much advice. What they need is to remember who they are. They need to remember their own strength. They need to remember that they are beautiful beings that are empowered, that can make decisions, that have made it this far, that have transformed many, many times. And that's it. So anyways, I have to go to work, and I just came on here to share that so that I can get it off my chest. I'm going to be posting on here for the next 30 days to get this out of the way. You know, I hear people, nobody watches the first 100 videos, and actually that works out to my advantage because who the fuck am I? Anyways, have a beautiful day. And if you're in the dark, and if you're in your wounds, and if you're in your suffering, remember there's something there. There's something to take away from this. So assign the meaning of the pain, of why you're suffering. Examine your environment, examine your habits, examine your decisions that you're making, and really get to the root of it. Take some accountability for what is happening and return the choice back to you, that you can create the life that you want, and you're a baddie and you shine bright like the stars in the sky. That's all. Rant over. Okay.